Fine, good afternoon to you all students. Hi students, how are you? I hope you all are fine and you all are doing well. I hope by God's grace you all are safe. So warm greetings to you all students. Welcome to our today's online class. Okay. So now we are studying about chapter 3. So what's the title of your chapter? Scoping, isn't it? So last class I have started the chapter 3 scoping. So before I am going to start about today's portion, so just recall what are the things I have taught at the last class. Okay. So in this chapter what are things you have studied? Just to recall once. Define scoping. Then define scope. Very important 2-mark question. Then define mapping. Very important 2-mark question. Then define namespaces. Very important 2-mark question. So very important 2-mark questions you have studied. Isn't it? So today we are going to study about remaining things of mapping. Okay. So last class we have studied, isn't it? What do you mean by namespace? So namespaces are the containers for mapping names. So the containers will contain names as well as variables. So this namespace will map the names to the variables. Okay. So these names are mapped to variables using which symbol? Colon equal to. Isn't using which symbol it will map? Colon equal to. Okay. So see this example they have given in your book also they have given 2 examples. Okay. What are they mean? See the first one. A colon equal to 5. So what's the meaning? The value of A is 5 or the value 5 is being bind to the variable what? A. Okay. So see the next line. B colon equal to A. So what's the meaning? So what's the value of A? That value will be bind to the variable what? B now. So what's the value of A now? 5. Initially the value of A is 5. So what's the variable of B? B also the value is 5. Why? Because the second line they have given B colon equal to A. That means what's the value of A? That value will be assigned to the variable B. Okay. So how many variables are there here totally? 2. What are they? A and B. So what's the object? Object means nothing but values only we are calling as an object. So what's the object? What's a 5 is an object. So by saying that example we can draw the diagram like this. See A and B. Now the value of A also 5 and the B also 5. So this process is called what? Mapping. So define mapping. What do you mean by mapping? The binding of values or objects to the variable name is called what? Mapping. So here first the value of A equal to 5. So next, so the 5 is being bind to the variable A. Second line they have given the what's the value of A? The A is bind to the variable B. So what's the value of B now? 5. Both A and B have the same value 5. Understood the concept? Okay. See the next example. See the first line. Just think it and same. A equal to 5. So what's the value of A? 5. Then B colon equal to A. So in the second line, see what's the value of B? Second line, what's the value of B now? 5. Because the value of A is 5. Isn't it? So that value of A will be assigned to the variable what? B. So now the value of B is also 5. Then third line they are giving A equal to 3. Okay. A equal to 3. So now what's the final value of A? Now what's the final value of A? 3. So when you are changing the value of A equal to 3, whether the value of B will get changed. Just to think it and see, at the third line only you are changing the value of A equal to 3. So while you are changing the value of A equal to 3, at that time whether the value of B will get changed. No. Why? Because what's the value of A at the first, that only you are assigning at the second line. Sir, after the value of B only you are assigning A equal to 3. So the value of B becomes always 5. It's not 3. So you are changing the value of A equal to 3 means also the value of B becomes 5. See the diagram. See, first they are giving A 5 becomes 5. So see A becomes 5. Value of A is 5. Next, see the second diagram. See the second diagram. A and B becomes 5. See the first diagram. See here, the value of a becomes 1. Fine. See the next one. See the next line. So both value of a and b becomes fine. It's true or not? Yes. See the third diagram. What's the third diagram? Value of a and b becomes 3. Whether it is true? No, it's wrong. Okay. So now what's the final value of a and what's the final value of b? See the last diagram. So what's the final value of a? Final value of a becomes 3 and b becomes 5. Understood? So this is called mapping. Understood the concept? Okay. So listen, next one example. So they have given in your book as a, that is a code. In a code, how we are writing. So see the first, disp of. So what is that one? Disp of is a function or one function name. So inside this function you are giving variable a colon equal to 7. Okay, disp of, then inside that function what you are giving, a colon equal to 7. Okay, so inside the function you are giving the variable what? So disp of is a function. Inside the function only you are giving the variable a equal to 7. Now you are running the program. Now you are running the program to get the output. So now you are accessing the variable a outside the function. Understood? Now you are accessing the variable a outside the function. So if you are accessing the variable outside the function, whether you will get the output or error message, just think it and say you are defining the variable a inside the function. Okay, but now you are going to access the variable outside the function. So if you are accessing the variable outside the function means whether you will get the error message or output. Which one you will get? Error message, because you are defining the variable inside the function, isn't it? So variable defined inside the function is called which variable? Function variable or local variable. So function variable can be able to access only inside the function. The same variable if you are accessing outside the function means what error you will get? Name a is not defined. Understood the concept? So this and all you have studied thoroughly in 11th standard itself. Okay, so the lifetime, that only we are called as a lifetime. Like, what do you mean by lifetime mean? So duration, that is important 1 mark question. See the last line. Sometimes they will ask for 2 mark question also even. Okay, define lifetime. Or they will ask duration for which variable alive is called dash lifetime. What's the meaning of lifetime? What's the usage of variable inside the function? That means how many times or how much the variable, how many times you can able to use the variable inside the function. So that is called the duration of a variable which is alive is called what? Lifetime. Understood? Okay. Then, so next one is LEGB rule. Very important 5 mark question. Okay, so that LEGB rule question we need to write from here, that we will study later only. Next topic. So this just it's an introduction of LEGB rule. Okay, so listen. LEGB rule. Okay, so that's one rule. Why you are giving the rule? Okay, before that, so why you are giving the rule? Before that, you are going to study one example. See. So, what do you mean by scope? So, what's the definition of scope? Scope is the accessibility of variable in our expression or function inside one part of a program to the another part of a same program, isn't it? See the example, they have given x colon equal to they have mentioned one sentence, outer x variable. So you are mentioning one variable. What's the variable? X colon equal to. So what's the name of the variable now? X. So the x you are, listen carefully, x you are defining inside the function or outside the function first? First you are defining the variable x outside the function, isn't it? So outside the function you are giving what's the statement? Outer x variable. Then you are writing one function, display of. Okay. Then inside the function also you are defining a variable called x. Same name, same variable name only you are, what's the variable name you are defining inside the function? X. So for that you are giving the statement inner x variable. Inner x variable. Then you are giving print x. So that function will get over. Then see the last line, display of. So till that the function will get over. Now you are running the program. Okay. So now you are running the program. Which variable will give the output first? Always the variable declared outside will run. Okay. So what's the variable declared outside? x equal to, what's the statement you are giving? Outer x variable. So what output you will get? Outer x variable. Next it will come to the function inside. So what output you will get next time? Inner x variable. Print x, isn't it? So see, listen carefully. So both two times you are defining the variable with same name. So the compiler will get confused, or a programmer will confuse which variable output will you will get at the first. So to avoid that one, you need to give one rule. So which variable need to execute at the first? Okay, so for that only you are giving a rule called what? LEGB rule. Understood why you are giving LEGB rule? So the order in which the program needs to be run, that is called what? LEGB rule. Okay, so that LEGB rule question starting from here. So very important, very most important 5-mark question is this LEGB rule and types of scope. Understood? Listen carefully. So very important question is what? This LEGB rule and the types of scope question. So first listen, this is the important 3-mark question. Define LEGB rule. Okay, so listen, LEGB rule is used to decide the order in which the scopes to be searched. So what's the definition? So the LEGB rule is mainly used to, what's the use of LEGB rule? It's mainly used to decide in which order the scopes needs to be searched. That means in which order you are going to search the particular scope. Okay, so what's the definition now itself? Please study, please note it down in your notebook. Those who have not have the PDF copy or a Xerox copy or notes or anything, please note it down. This is very important question. What do you mean by LEGB rule? LEGB rule is mainly used to decide order in which the scopes are to be searched. That means which order you are going to search the scope. Understood? So LEGB. Okay, LEGB. So which is the first letter? L. So L defines local. What do you mean by L? L defines local. So for this 3-mark question, you need to write the definition same as it is they have given in the textbook, or the same only they have given. So you need to write the definition first. Okay, then you need to draw the tabular column. Okay, then you need to draw the diagram as the same they have given in your textbook and this slide. Okay, so and also in this diagram, listen carefully, don't draw the diagram as a corner rectangle. See that corners are just curved. Have you seen it in the diagram? The corners are just curved. So while you are drawing also, the corners need to be curved. And also see at the down, all the corners are joined together. See, not joined, some space only they have given. Same as it is you need to draw for your 5-mark question and also 3-mark question. So 5-mark question also you need to start from here. Sometimes they will ask, explain LEGB rule with the scope. That also you need to explain from here. Sometimes they will ask the types of scope. The types of scope question also if they ask means you need to explain from here. Understood why I am telling again and again? I am telling means because for a 5-mark question if they ask means they will write, for example they will ask the question explain the types of scope. They will start from the scope question. They won't write LEGB rule. But the LEGB rule question means also you need to write from here. Scope questions means also you need to write from here. Now say what's the definition of LEGB rule? Please now itself study. It is used to decide which order the scopes are to be searched. That means if they have given one order, based on that which order you are going to search the scope. Okay, so now you say LEGB. L in the sense local. L represents which one? Local. Okay, then E represents which one? Enclosed. L represents local. E represents which one? Enclosed. So you need to write a word along with the letter. Okay, local, then you need to write along with capital letter L. Then enclosed, you need to write the word enclosed along with the letter capital letter E. Then global, so you need to write the global along with the letter G. Then bulletin, B. Okay, so say one time LEGB. L represents local, E represents enclosed, G represents global, and B represents what? Bulletin. LEGB. Okay, so now you need to draw this tabular column. So what do you mean by L? L means local. So you have studied the definition of local scope in the 11th standard itself. What do you mean by local scope? Variable defined inside the function is called which scope? Function scope or local scope. Okay. So here What do you mean by local? Defined inside the function. Please now itself understand and study. Same only you are going to study for that scope question also. Okay, what do you mean by local? Variable defined inside the function. That is important. Here which word is important means inside function. Local means always it will define inside the function or class. Okay, then enclosed. Enclosed means which word is important means nested. What do you mean by nested? So nested you have studied a lot in 11th standard. What are the things nested you have studied? Nested function, nested loop. So what do you mean by nested? Define one inside another. That means nested function means one function is defined inside another one function. That is called which one? Nested function. Nested loop means one loop is defined inside another one loop. That is called what? Nested. Okay. So enclosed means you need to represent a word which one? Nested. Okay, so here you are going to define a variable inside one more function. First you will define one function. Inside the function you are going to define another one function. That is called enclosed. Understood what I mean by enclosed? Define inside enclosing. That is one function inside another one function. Understood. Next one is global. Okay, so global means listen. So I always set the uppermost level. Okay, so global means always which level? Always you are giving that the uppermost level, global. Okay, then built-in. Okay, so global also you have studied. What do you mean by global scope? Variable defined at the outside the function is called which one? Global scope. Same only. Here global means you are defined always. Global variable always you will define at top. So here also global means at the which level? Uppermost level. Next one is built-in. Built-in means listen. So once you are installing the software itself, predefined, already it is defined inside the software itself. That is built-in. So based on your wish, you can able to use that one. For that best example, in C++ you will use the header files. Hash include. So lot of header files you have studied. Isn't it? Hash include, iostream, hash include math.h, hash include conio.h. So when you will use hash include math.h, if you are using mathematical calculation means you will use what? Math.h. If you are using string functions, you will use what? Hash include string.h. Isn't it? So already this is all defined inside the software based on your wish. You will use when you are using that function means you are using the header file. Same way in built-in also. So reserved already lot of functions you will define or lot of modules you will define inside the software based on your wish. You are going to use that one. That is called built-in. And this is just definition. Next, in that 5-mark question, you are going to study in very detail. So, what are they? Local, enclosed, global and built-in. What do you mean by local? Define inside. Enclosed means nested. That is important. One inside another. Enclosing function. Global means always it will represent which level? Higher level or uppermost level. Built-in means reserved or built-in. Already it is built function based on your wish you are using. See the diagram. So for one, just like a story I am telling. Okay, to remember this diagram. See, the innermost corner, have you seen the local? So how you need to remember means local represents land. Just you are going to buy one land. For example, your aim is to build one house in a new land. Okay, so to build a house in a land means what's the first requirement? What you will need? First you need a land. So you will buy a land. So that is called local. First box over. L represents land. So this and all, please don't write your exam. So for your remembrance, I am saying this example. Okay. L represents land, local. So you have buy one land or bought one land. So after buying that land, what you will think? You will enclose. You need to build one enclosing wall, or for example, you are building a compound wall. So the land becomes what? Enclosed. So the local, outer, the next one is what? Compound wall. So enclosed, enclosing with a fence or wall. So enclosed, second loop is enclosed, E. Just a thing, first you are going to buy a land. So local, L. So after buying land, you are enclosing as a common enclosed. Then, so land is there, you have built a compound also. Then your aim is to build a house. To build a house, which one is very, very important in currency or money? That's a global. Okay, globally you need to get a currency. So global, after enclosing a compound, you are going to buy currency or money. That is global, G. So now land is ready. Land is enclosed with a compound wall. Now money is, that is globally, money is there. Then what's the next step? You are going to build a house. That is built-in. Understood? Please this story and all don't write for your exam. For your understanding, I am telling this one, this short form. Understood, students? Okay, up to this enough, I think it's today. So because tomorrow I'll continue that 5 mark question, very very important 5 mark question. Tomorrow I'll continue. So after completion of this session, please study today that example sentence I said. No, just you read once. What do you mean by mapping? What's the use? So you need to study and write today itself. Please study and write this LEGB rule definition, that definition, tabular column and diagram. Okay, thank you students. Take care. Well, remain. I'll continue tomorrow class.